I'm Dorothy. My website is biblicaldementiacare.com. I'm the author of Dementia Caregiving from a Biblical Perspective, and it's now available on Amazon, which is exciting. Recently, someone asked me to present on the topic of celebrating the holidays with your loved ones. In answering that question, I thought back to our own family story, and I was reminded of my mom's Christmas angel story. In the early stages, we had a great time. She was able to fully participate. She was very active in all the gatherings, and we had a great time where 4 generations got together and celebrated the holidays. It got a little bit harder in the middle stages, where she had to go to shorter events with smaller groups, a little less chaos. But she still had a great time, even if she was observing more and participating less. During that time, my sister bought her 2 angels that Mom just loved. The same year, I had purchased 3 little ceramic angels for the grandkids, and they glowed red, green, and blue. Well, Mom loved them too and insisted that they were hers. At first, I protested. I didn't really have an understanding of what dementia had done. So I agreed. It's because one part of me realized that this really was not a problem, and it was good for my mom. So it was added to her Christmas collection, and we added it to all of her decorations in her room at Santa Crest. So at the end of the season, I would box them up and then bring them back the next year. As she slid into the later stages of dementia, and I didn't realize that this was her last Christmas, I went and snuck into her room. I set up her decorations, and then I went about to the facility to try to find where she was and bring her to her room, anticipating her delight in seeing her room decked out for Christmas with all of the decorations. But when we got to her room, she sat on her recliner and she showed no emotion on her face. She was like a mask, which is very common in the later stages. I said, "Mom, it's Christmas. Here's your tree, your little manger scene, all your angels," and there were the ceramic angels glowing red, green, and blue. She didn't care. She just said, "Oh, that's nice." I was devastated. I didn't really understand at that time that Christmas was too abstract for her to grasp. But then I recalled and understood that at this time, more than ever, God was holding her in her hand. She wasn't lost. Jesus was with her. And even if we couldn't share Christmas like we used to, it had to be good enough for me. So, if your loved one in their later stages cannot seem to get into the spirit of the holidays like before, it's okay. As they slowly decouple from life, they cannot go anywhere. I couldn't take my mom to the podiatrist. It was too frightening. She was getting too confused to go to restaurants. We can still give and receive love. I brought the grandchildren to her. We had small events in her room. We still love them. So if you want to hear about more stories like this, check out my book, Dementia Caregiving from a Biblical Perspective, Your Guide for the Journey. And it's now available in softcover or hardcover on Amazon, Books A Million, ChristianBooks.com, Barnes & Noble, and of course, Westbow Press. I'll talk to you later.